Andrew King, tribute speech. When looking back at their education, most people can pick out one or two teachers who really helped them more than all the rest. One or two teachers who were the most inspiring, the most hardworking. One or two teachers who always went above and beyond to help any student in need. Now, most of these teachers probably graduated from the most prestigious universities, were taught by the finest professors in the world, right? Well, believe it or not, one man who would go on to completely revolutionize a high school in California wasn't even born in the United States. Jaime Escalante is a man who definitely deserves praise for all of his great actions, all of his great achievements. First, he was brave enough to leave everything he knew, travel to America by himself, and he worked very hard all his life. And second, more importantly, Escalante transformed a school full of underachieving Hispanic students into a place full of young people willing to learn and so eager to be educated and to make a name for themselves. So first, Jaime Escalante's life is undoubtedly an inspiring one. You see, Escalante was born in 1930 in Bolivia, but in 1964, when he was ready to leave the U.S. for hopes for a better life, he didn't even know a word of English. But Escalante worked very hard to teach himself the English language, something truly remarkable. And after that, he even attended Pasadena City College in California, where he got a degree in mathematics. Now, most people I know couldn't have the guts to leave everything they knew behind and learn an entirely new language on their own, let alone take classes in that language and get a degree. That's truly remarkable. As I said, Jaime Escalante is definitely not like most people. Although his journey to America may be inspiring and very inspiring to some, it's definitely not the main reason why he deserves all this recognition. Jaime Escalante not only dedicated time to improving his own life, but he dedicated so much more of his time to encouraging others to improve their lives, encouraging others that they could accomplish anything. In the words of current United States President Barack Obama, throughout his career, Escalante opened the doors for his students, the doors to success and higher education for each of his students one by one. In 1974, Escalante began teaching at East LA's Garfield High School. Sadly, most of the faculty at this high school at the time had no faith in their students, really viewed the students there as worthless and unable to ever accomplish anything. But boy did Escalante tell them otherwise. All their lives, these students have been told, you can never succeed. You can never escape your poor neighborhoods. You can never really make any kind of difference in this world. But Escalante just kept telling them, it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter if you're stereotyped for being Hispanic. There's nothing you can't accomplish. In 1982, 18 of Jaime Escalante's students passed the AP Calculus examination, and because of racism and a common error on one of the problems, most of these students were forced to retake the test, but guess what? They all still passed. These events led to the making of the 1988 film Stand and Deliver, which was based on Jaime Escalante and these same exact students. Now, even after 1982, for the next decade, Escalante really kept motivating the school, and thanks to him, by 1991, 570 different students had challenged themselves to take an advanced placement course at Garfield High, something truly remarkable. In the words of Jay Matthews of the Washington Post, Jaime Escalante is the most famous and most influential American public school teacher of his generation. Now, as you can clearly see, Jaime Escalante is someone who everyone else should absolutely aspire to be like. First, he had the bravery and the determination to leave everything he knew behind, leave his home country of Bolivia, and travel to a world that was really unknown to him. And secondly, he encouraged his students to push themselves harder than they ever pushed themselves before. Throughout the years, Escalante has won many awards, including a Presidential Medal for Excellence in Education from former President Ronald Reagan, as well as an induction into the National Teachers Hall of Fame, and even an award for Best Teacher in North America. Now, on March 30th of 2010, Jaime Escalante unfortunately passed away at the age of 79. And although he may not physically be with us anymore, his legacy surely lives on. And I know for a fact that if you would ask any of Escalante's former students to name one or two teachers who really stood up above all the rest, one or two teachers who helped them more than any of the others, one or two teachers who inspired them more than any of the others, then every single one of those students would tell you Jaime Escalante.